worked!
Yay! Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
We are on. Awesome.
Yay.
I literally just hit the live button, so you couldn't have timed it any better.
Okay, thank you.
That is awesome. And actually, hang on, I think it's only you, me, and Morningstar right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you, me, and Morningstar right now.
I got your email just on time.
Yeah, it was I literally just hit for like the banner to start when it went pop and you were here. So it was
The gods
perfect.
are with us.
That was perfect. So yeah, we'll just chill out. It doesn't show anybody in here. Morningstar just commented and said good luck to us. And I was like, we're having some technical issues. We'll be here in just a second. Yeah. So,
My email was super slow, but I got it.
It's no worries. I don't know. I have no idea what it was doing at all. I was trying to look it up and I was like, everything is like, just click on the link and it takes you right there. So.
All right. We got this.
Yeah, it's no big deal. All right. Looks like we have one. Well, welcome, everyone. We made it. We were having some technical stuff. I told y'all I'm new at this. This is why I had Nim first. Because she's understanding.
No, I think it was me. I think I hit the wrong button.
That's all right. That's all right. That's one of the many reasons I wanted you first. Because you understand. It was just we're blind lead the blind, I guess they say. Oh yes, Morningstar's here. Hello. Nim, I think I have it set to where you can see the comments, but if not, I will try to put all of the comments up as I can.
I don't know. I'm so bad with technology. I don't know anything.
That's no worries. Oh, Priscilla's here. Hey, Priscilla.
Hi.
And Fiber Artsy's here. Welcome, Ollie. Thank you so much for coming out. Honestly, I've been so excited for this. I've been so dying to actually have my very first guest. I have been. So thank you all for showing up. Awesome.
I can't believe that I was your first guest. I was like, me?
Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. I told Morningstar ages before I even announced that I wanted to do this that you would be my first guest. It was never a question. Never a question. You are the premier poet of BookTube.
Ooh, so special.
You are. Absolutely. And look, I even busted out my Dead Poets Society water bottle.
What?
Morningstar.
That's so fancy.
Morningstar got stickers for me. Isn't
what?
that sweet? Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. So I was like, it's the best time to bust it out. So.
And it's green.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Well, awesome. You did keep it a secret. Oh, and William's here. Having a very good day today, so it's a good time for this. Yes, awesome. I'm glad to hear it, William. Isn't it evening or night over there? Oh, William's in Indonesia.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think it's nighttime where you are, isn't it, William? I think we're about 12 or 14 hours difference, something like that. So, Nim, what is it like? It's 9 right now, right, for you?
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
I'm sorry I got you out of bed so early.
I wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, so this is good.
I usually do too. Yeah, I had to work this morning, so. Oh, it's 11 p.m. 11 p.m. there. Bad as Rad is here. Queen of Horror having coffee and reading a thriller. Well, thank you for joining us. We have one of the awesome poets from BookTube to share some of her awesome horror poetry with us.
Oh, shucks.
Well, guys, I think we'll just dive on in. You guys know how we roll here. Oh, it's 10 a.m. Okay, it's 11 where I am, so you're right in the middle of us. You're right in the middle because it's 9 for Nim and 11 for me, so you're right in the middle. Well, guys, you guys know how we roll here. It's just kind of laid back. I thought we could just berate Nim with questions, and then if she will grace us with some of her favorites. For those of you who haven't seen some of her videos, she does put out poetry videos fairly regularly. I think you do quite a few. Definitely.
It has been lately.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And I mean, I love them. I know a bunch of people here love them. I've seen Priscilla under your videos. Of course, Morningstar's under your videos. So yeah, I know a bunch of people here love them. We have 6 people here already. That's awesome. Well, so let's see. I guess the first most obvious question would be, why did you start writing poetry?
Well, I mean, I guess I have to say my mom. My mom was a big inspiration.
Mhm.
I mean, like as a child, I was one of those people who I wanted so badly to be good at art, and I wasn't.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
I tried really hard, but I wasn't. So I had to find some other creative outlets. So I
Right.
went into like writing and music. Music was a big thing. So I started with piano, but I didn't make it very far into piano. But my school had a music program and I started playing viola. It's my biggest regret in life, one of them. Giving
What?
up
Trying to
on
play
that.
viola? Oh, giving up. I was
Giving
like,
up.
playing it
Yeah,
was your
and
regret.
no. Giving up on it. I wish I had stayed with it. Not to be confused with the violin. The viola
Yeah.
is a different instrument. It's a string deeper.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
Um,
that.
yeah, but my mom wrote a lot. She wrote some great poetry and some great rhymes. But I didn't write for a long time. It was something I picked up again recently. And yeah, I mean, it was slow for a while, but it's really picked up a lot recently. I don't know why. I mean, I guess the depression's been a bit higher. And that's what I turn to when I
Well,
get depressed. Yeah.
that's something that I've always really respected about you is that you've never hid your struggle. Like you've always been very upfront and honest about struggles that you face.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people respect that about you. Honestly, look at me. I'm such a big baby.
I know. Yeah.
I'm such a baby. Um, no, I really do. I really do. And I think that really, and please, guys, chime in. I think that shines out in your poetry. I really do. I think that's awesome. And I think that's one of the things that makes it so impactful is that you don't hide that and you let it kind of just all out in the words. I think that makes it impactful for a lot
I
of people.
mean, I will say hiding behind a fake name is a
Well, I
big
don't know who would
thing.
do that.
I mean, some people don't on YouTube, but if I went by my real name, there's no way that I would
Right.
share as much as I do.
Hey,
But
I mean, it's an aspect of your personality. Some people name the aspects of their personality. Some people don't.
yeah,
Yeah, we just choose to embrace these aspects and name them,
yeah,
and then put them on the internet.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's something sometimes I hesitate to say to people because I mean, you don't have to be depressed to write,
Right.
but it's something that I go to if I'm having a real crappy day. And then it's kind of like, well, wow, I mean, at least I created something and it's kind of an uplift.
Of course. Yeah. You
And
took
you,
your pain and made something better from it. Yeah.
yeah. So that was, yeah. And I mean, the funny thing about it is, I mean, one of them that I have with me, I, it's a really funny story. I actually, like, I wrote it while I had quite a few drinks, more than I normally drink.
Hey,
And
that's all right. That's all right. We don't judge. Nobody judges here.
I
I like
wrote
gin
it.
as much as the next person.
Yeah. And I was like, it was the start. It was just the start of all of this. And I wrote it while watching a show that I know we're both fond of about
Mhm.
conspiracy theories.
Yes.
And that was back when I was just doing videos about books, and I just decided to upload it. It uploaded as a short because it was a real short poem, and I was like, this is probably gonna sound like crap tomorrow, but it actually remains in like my top 2 favorites.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works. Like you
Yeah.
think like, oh, this isn't going to be that great. My review for Every Time We Meet at the Dairy Queen, Your Whole Effing Face Explodes, one of my most viewed videos. And I was like, I've read like such wonderful books, and the one that's talking about exploding faces at a Dairy Queen.
That was on my to be read. Like I've read a couple books by that author.
Yeah, I loved it.
One.
It's like, really, that one?
Yeah,
no, I get it. Well, check this out. Say, Mr. Morningstar played violin for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I think like they have a lot of the same strings. Like the viola is C, D, A. Wait, no. It's I gotta get it right. C, G, D, A, and then the violin is G, D, A, E.
See, you know way more about it than I do. I've heard of all of those. I couldn't pick them out if you played them. I'd be like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, I still have mine, and I can play some songs from heart, but I can't tune it.
Ah, I get you.
So,
my brother got all the musical talent in my family. He really did. He can play the guitar. He can play the drums. I can't remember if it's him or his wife can play the ukulele. They're very musical, the two of them. And I mean, I can't do anything. I'm that like dad joke, like, oh, I can play the radio.
You know, like, the radio.
Yeah. Oh, Celeste says hello. Hey, Celeste.
Hi.
Dave's here. No, Dave, you didn't miss anything.
No.
I literally have asked her like one question. It's fine.
Talking about conspiracies.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think violin, yes. Let's see. Oh, Bad is right. I love this. Creative ideas come from mental illness. Most famous people around the world have mental illness. Embracing it is beautiful. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It definitely is.
And I think that when you show the world that you embrace it and are okay, I mean, not even, maybe that's the wrong phrase, not okay with it, but that you accept it as part of you like you do, I think it gives other people strength.
Well, I had this creative writing teacher my senior year of high school, and he was such a kind man. But he said, I would love to be a great writer, but I don't think I'm tortured enough. And that really stuck with me.
Yeah.
Like he loved writing, but he was like, I just don't think that I'm a tortured enough human being.
No, I said it. Oh, what was it? It was behind the music episode.
The No Doubt.
Yeah, it's true. Pain makes great art. That's exactly what he was getting at. It's so true. I don't know why that keeps coming back around in my head lately. I don't know if it's the particular books I've been reading or what, but yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah, that stuck with me because I love No Doubt.
I loved the Tragic Kingdom album. I can't say I've listened to much after that, and I haven't really listened to any of her solo stuff. But I loved the Tragic Kingdom album. I thought it was fantastic.
I do love Gwen Stefani, but her stuff is a little too happy for me. If I'm
now it is, yeah. It is now, yeah. Well, let's see. Let's catch up here. Oh, played violin for 2 years, Celeste did. All of these music. Oh, well, okay, cool. Dave said he has absolutely no musical talent whatsoever. I'm with you, Dave. Me either. I have none at all. Horror Gardener's here. Welcome,
Hi.
Gardener. Yeah. And you just passed the 150 subs I saw, so congratulations on that.
That's about twice as many as me, so.
Hey, that's okay. You've jumped like 20 here recently because you had like it was like high 50s, and now at last I looked it was 75.
Yeah.
You'll get there. You're gonna get to
exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. You deserve that and many, many more. Many, many more. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Mr. Morningstar, Celeste, and Dave. Yes. Well, awesome. We got wonderful. Let's see. William says, totally understand that. It's strange which videos become your most viewed. My most viewed videos about lapel pins. YouTube is a strange animal.
Yeah.
It is a strange animal. So many talented people also have a really dark life. I agree. They totally do. Yeah, Bad is right agrees. You are most welcome, Horror Gardener. Oh, let's see. I used to love to paint. Can't read this morning. I used to love to paint while hearing the whole record of Pink Floyd.
Oh
Welcome to the
yeah,
Dark
I
Side. Yeah.
bet that, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a really cool
Oh
experience.
yeah. Pink
I
Floyd.
also
That's
had a teacher once say to me that you don't have to be good at something to enjoy it.
and that's true. That's
Like,
true.
and it reminded me of one art teacher that I had in elementary school, because I always got low marks in art because, like, I had teachers that they just couldn't believe how bad I was. They figured, "You're not
God.
trying." Like, but then I had this one teacher that I remember going to parent-teacher conferences, like, a little older in elementary school, and he was just this really nice guy, and he was like, "Oh, no, her enthusiasm is there." He started giving me higher marks. He was like, "Oh, no, her enthusiasm's there. She's just not very good at it, but her enthusiasm's there, totally."
Oh. Well, at least he saw the truly important part.
Yeah.
That's the truly important part. Yeah. At least he
Yeah.
saw that.
And I think really in my younger years, I definitely, like, I did grow up in a privileged childhood. Like, I wasn't rich or anything, but I did have that, kind of, we'll just call it the white privileged kind of childhood. But I was really lucky in that my parents worked hard to surround me with diversity. They didn't send me to the kind of all white schools that a lot of their friends kind of sent their kids to. I had mixed race schools, and just being in the family that I was in, I had LBGT family members. My aunt was married to a woman, and I think that kind of broadened my mind a lot. So
Do
I
you
think
think that
that,
added into your creativity even as a young
yeah,
kid?
yeah, I really do. And just being exposed to other cultures and other thought forms. I mean, and my parents both grew up in very strict religious households. My dad was, um, his mom married a Jewish man, so he was forced into the strict Jewish life. And it wasn't even like, you know, we're raised Jewish, it was converted Jews, so even the Jews hate you.
Oh God.
And then my mom was raised strictly Catholic, and then when they had us, my mom took us to a really laid back church, and so religion was never strict. And then, yeah, so we were kind of flotty-dotty-da. So
Yeah, it makes for an interesting like soup when all of those things come together. Kind of
yeah.
popping out on the other side. You never know how that's
And
going to affect you.
yeah, and then when we got bored of church, my mom was just like, "Okay, you're bored of this, go do what you want." And then I was interested in all kinds of religion, and there's a lot of mythology that comes out in the kind of stuff that I write. So
No, well, yeah, because I saw one of your very first ones, about like goddesses and stuff were made. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But see, I like that. I like that. Religion's always been a fun topic for me. I always enjoy that. I like to see its influence and the cultural backgrounds of it and everything. So I find it really interesting.
yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. As Red says, to leave the kids alone.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, yeah, you wish you had more, but I wish I had more diversity. You're fine. You're fine, Betty Red. No worries. You are fine.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, hey, the internet's good for that.
It is. It is. Oh, Frosty's here. Paul, hey. Thanks for showing up. Awesome. I'll get along with everyone, even the purple ones, aliens, and everyone. All is
Yeah.
welcome. That's my motto. That is my motto. All is welcome. All is welcome. Well, awesome. Well, for those of you just showing up, we're really just talking a little bit about like what inspires Nim, kind of what got her into poetry. Kind of like why she turns to it, things like that. So, well, awesome. Awesome. Well, do you have any favorites in particular that you've written, or is it all kind of like even for you? Like you kind of feel the same about them all?
I mean, the one I sent you is like a first favorite, which is the one that I wrote while I was drunk.
Is it real? I would have never guessed that. I liked it.
Yeah, I did have to give it an edit because I used some incorrect who and whom's, but yeah, I'll read it if you want.
Absolutely, yeah. See, guys, this is the beautiful part of lives. You get it like straight from their own mouth. How awesome is that? We are all so lucky for that.
But I mean, yeah, it was funny because I was just watching that episode of Hellier and they were talking about fertility goddesses, and they were talking about Ishtar. Ishtar, who is a Sumerian goddess, who later known as Aphrodite, who's obviously also Venus in the Roman mythology. Ishtar means star. And later, when she came from the Bible, she descended into hell in the biblical terms. So, and then, you know, Lucifer is also known as the fallen star, which is
bright and morning star.
Venus. So I kind of looked at it as Ishtar actually kind of being a protector of Lucifer. So anyways, this one I just kind of called the fallen. So
all right, well, take it away whenever you're ready.
Ishtar, my fallen star, who housed the Lord of Light, Lucifer, he goes by name. Aphrodite, in all your mighty love, protector of the fallen angel from above. Venus, in the distance, embrace in your wisdom the fallen one from above. For are we all not fallen from the grace of the one who loved us? And are we all not calling for Ishtar, the fallen star?
I love it. It's so awesome just to see it like read live. It's like everything I ever dreamed about all of the Dead Poets Society just in one moment. I love it. That's awesome. Well, guys, chime in. Tell me if you have not heard that before. You know, it is on Nim's channel, but if you have not heard that, tell me what you think. Let's see. Oh, Priscilla says that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Morningstar says, write drunk, edit sober. Good advice. Oh, William, you have a book by the Mooney cult leader? Yeah. I know I've not read that book, but I'm familiar with the Moonies. Yeah. I just like
that down.
Oh, there you go. Here. It's the Divine Principle.
The Divine Principle.
I just like on the subject of acceptance, I like how Frosty says he's even cryptid friendly. Hargarner says nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Nim has a way with words. That's why she's our first guest, our first dead poet. Well, awesome. Very cool. Very neat. So are there any like poetry or any poems, any poets, things like that that you just love and adore that kind of influence you or that you've kind of grown to like?
So, I mean, I'll start with the regular stuff.
Okay, cool.
Because I mean, I will briefly mention Edgar Allan Poe because I'm not too familiar with his work. I feel like I should be, but I'm not. But the poem Annabelle Lee. I first heard that actually when I was really young, and I didn't even know that it was by him. But just like I'm not big on love poetry, shockingly.
Yeah,
but
same.
Just the line, we loved with a love that was more than love. It's so simple, but just so
it's to the point, but like it hits
so
the nail
romantic.
On the head. It is. It's simple language, but it drives home. It is a good example of why. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with flowery language. There's not.
No,
it can be very beautiful, but there's there's a time and a place for it. And sometimes just the simplistic nature of a sentence like that, it's just like, you got it. You nailed it. There's no reason to be flowery. You got it. Like just saying that. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've actually first heard that poem in the movie Holes.
That's a
Yeah,
classic.
growing up. Because we read that and watched the movie when I was in elementary school, and I think that is a very important movie for youngsters and a book.
I was a tad old for it, but I remember my brother reading it. Yeah, because he's younger than me. Yeah, and then of course I've seen the movie and all of that because of him. So yeah.
And I'm trying to get more into just reading more poetry, so I got the based on your suggestions.
Yes, that's a beautiful book.
Abuse of Love and Pain, and of course, for my curiosity, I got
Yes
poetry.
Guys, if you don't know, that is like the extreme poetry book. That is the extreme. That is the one that contains poems that I'm kind of scared to read on YouTube because I'm afraid YouTube would be like, stop it.
And just never read the one with the baby.
Yeah, don't read the one with the baby. That was bad. And it's like the first. What is it? Like the first or second one?
It's the first one.
Is it the first one? Yeah. Because you just flip open a book and you're like, oh, I'll just read. Like, wow, you started out with a bang. Like the rest of it is kind of not that it's like easy, like, but it's way more tame than that.
Yeah, because I first read that and I was like, holy, what am I getting into?
I know.
And then I was like, okay.
It's okay after that. Yeah.
But the funny thing about this is I was running out of bookmarks. And so I do a lot with like oracle card reading. And I was like, I'm just going to draw some cards. And I drew the card Ishtar.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's awesome. I don't know much about oracle cards. I can read tarot, but I've never messed with oracle cards.
They're much easier than the tarot card. That's the pretty thing. But I was like, the synchronicities.
Yes. Yes. It's all coming around. It's all coming together.
But yeah, other than that, I mostly do, I guess music is my inspiration. So yeah.
We all settle in. We're going to be here a while. Okay, what kind of music?
I have a very important artist that I want to name, and that is Coco Rosie. Have you ever heard them?
No, I've not.
So they do a lot of wacky stuff.
Okay. No, keep talking. I'm going to look it up while you're talking.
Yeah. One that I wanted to name was Fairy Paradise because it is pretty much a little bit different than a lot of their music because it is like kind of just like a poem set to music.
Okay.
I will say if you listen to this one, first watch the music video and then watch what they can do with it live.
Okay.
But
awesome.
I'll read a line from it because it's so pretty. It's kind of about the earth coming to an end.
All right. Sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah. On the perfect day you'll find the breeze, once blew the pollen, the feet of bees, now cry the stars when upon the earth their gaze rest a nostalgic burst, a lament be heard through all the cosmos of the dying planet with the fallen foes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is definitely very poetic set to music. That's awesome. No, I've got them looked up here so that way it's in my search on my phone so I don't forget that. All right. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, then they have another one called Werewolf, which this one is my favorite. I'm not going to obviously read the whole song, but the couple lines from it says, walking down an icy grave, leading towards my schizophrenic father, weeping willow, won't you wallow louder, searching for my father's power. I don't mean to close the door, but for the record, my heart is sore. You blew through me like bullet holes, left stains on my sheet and stains on my soul.
Oh my God, that last part, I got chills. Blew
Yeah.
through me like a bullet hole. I love that.
Yeah, that really got me.
I love that. That is awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I absolutely love that. Blew through me like a bullet hole, which I like I guess, the alliteration with the weeping willow, the "w" sound in that
Yeah,
love line. Yeah.
weeping willow, won't you wallow louder? I love
Yeah,
that
that, like,
part.
I guess you would call that alliteration with the
Yeah,
W. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm real bad with that. I'm like, is it alliteration?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Well, that's all. Well, let's see. We'll catch up on the chat here. Brandon's here with us. Always a soft spot for mythology. Thanks for showing up, Brandon. JR is here. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, if you guys don't know who this is Nim. Her channel is NYMERIA. Of course, she is one of the premier poets of BookTube. That's going to be the title I keep using for her because it's true. Y'all should definitely go check her out. If you're watching after the fact, I will, of course, have everything linked either in the box or I'll pin a comment or something. Oh, that's okay. Yes, she did do an amazing job, didn't she, Morningstar?
Thank you.
It says, love Annabelle Lee. Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah.
Annabelle Lee is just, the imagery in that poem is really beautiful, too. Oh, dog emergency. I hope they're okay, Dave. I hope everything's all right. But he says it's beautiful. Greg, that's okay. We're just chilling. No worries. No worries. It's okay. Let's see. Check out Helen. Oh, God, I'm not going to be able to say that. Hajnowski?
Hajnowski?
Yeah, Frost and Pollen. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Hart Gardner. I'm probably butchering that all to pieces. Retelling of the Green Knight from the Knight's point of view. Ooh, that's cool. Again, let me put that in my search history.
Yeah, I'm going to write that down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, see, and this is what I love about these streams, guys. Anything like this that you want to throw in, you know, we're here to talk about all kinds of beautiful things. So you're welcome to give suggestions and stuff. Make sure I don't butcher spelling that last name.
It's going to take me a minute to write that.
All right. Awesome. Are there any other, like, musical influences that you would think?
You know, there's an artist called Saint South that has a line. The song is called Slacks. And there's just a line in it that says, I'm not yours, I'm mine. It's actually a song about abuse, which I've never been in an abusive romantic relationship, thank God. But it really makes me think. I think it is cute in love poetry to say, you know, kind of, you know, I'm yours, blah blah blah. But
yeah,
I think there is kind of this thing that I've noticed with people where there's kind of possession
issues.
Yeah, that I've had friends, you know, that just,
it's like they don't feel complete.
Yeah,
and for some reason it's like they don't feel complete.
If we make plans, they say, oh, let me ask my partner if I can do that, and I'm like, what? Why do you need to ask?
You're an adult. I mean, and I get it, because I think some people would say, like, it's out of respect. And I understand that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, I can see, like, oh, let me make sure he doesn't have plans for us. But, you know, like, oh, let me make sure it's okay if you come over is just...
No, I see what you mean. Like, no, and I think it is definitely a problem for some people. It's almost
I've
like
always been I'm just going to tell...
Yeah, hey, this is happening, like, right now.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think you definitely hit something on the head. There is a little bit of a romanticization. I don't know. That's not a word. It's made to seem romantic, to say, like, oh, I'm yours completely. And while I understand, I can also see where that could lead to some toxic thinking on that person's part. Like, I'm not complete. I'm not enough. without this other side or this other person. And yeah, I always have tried to function to where it needs to be two complete people choosing to be together. Not,
Yes,
I need you or
exactly.
I'm not okay, or I need you or I'm not complete. It needs to be two complete souls choosing to be together. And it's the choice that's romantic. It's not the need. Needing is not really, I need food. There's nothing romantic about that. I need water. There's not romance there. If I choose you every day for these people who've been together for like 60 years, I mean, that's romance. They woke up every day for 60 years and chose to be with one another. I always thought that's romantic.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just always been the type of person that, like, oh, I'm doing this weekend. I'm not going to tell you I'm doing, like, I'm doing this just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's so personalized with the couples. It really is. But I definitely think you have a point there about how sometimes that whole idea of being someone else's can be toxic, depending on, I mean, even your own personal relationships. You know, in the past, it can really kind of have like a toxic nature.
And I think that also kind of leads back just to the way, you know, I was raised. Like, that's how my parents were. They were two separate people, you know, they told each other what they were doing. And I think some of my friends were raised in families where the woman had to ask permission of the man to do something. And it's like,
yeah, I mean, and I try not to judge that too harshly, because I'm like, well, if that's how they want to structure their relationship, that's okay, as long as she's okay mentally with that. You know, as long as it's okay mentally for them. I can't really say much, but yeah, I can definitely see where that could lead to some issues for sure. Yeah. And I think that's good, because it makes you a whole person when you're just like, hey, and then it's even better when you have someone that's like, that's awesome, have fun, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. I'm like, hey, remember I'm streaming this morning? He's like, okay, cool. I'm going to go work in the garage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if y'all hear any like bangs and I go running off the stream, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Where were we here? Okay, Dave says everything's fine with the pups. Good. Yay. Glad to hear that. He also says that we need to see some more NYM Morningstar collabs.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the last one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And Morningstar says, you're too nice, Dave. Our collabs mostly work because her poems are so evocative and powerful.
Aw, thank you.
Yes. Yes, they are so fun to watch. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, between your words and his visuals.
I think they work more because he's so good at editing.
It's the two. It's two whole halves coming to. Remember what we were saying? Oh, see, Dave read my mind. I think they work because you both have unique talents by themselves, which have an amazing synergy when put together. Yeah. Aww. Dave read my mind. That's what I was trying to say, just a lot more eloquently. Y'all just read that. Forget I'm talking. Just forget I'm here. Well, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, I'm so glad you mentioned music, because I've thought and kicked around the idea of maybe trying to do like a topic about that on a stream, like how music influences poetry, or, you know, vice versa. Things like that.
I read your mind.
You did. You did. Yeah. It's very open. Yeah. We're here for NYMERIA, though. Forget about me. Nah. Yeah, we're just up here chatting. We're all having fun together. There's 12 of you guys in here. Oh my gosh, thank you everyone so much. And anyone who tunes in after. That is so cool. And it's so awesome. I'm always just so proud. I'm just so glad anybody shows up. This is so awesome. I love it when people show up. This is as close as I can get to being in a room with all of you at once. So
it's funny. I feel like we've talked before, even though we haven't.
I know. Isn't it weird?
I watch you so much on YouTube, and then we talk in the comments.
It's so weird. Social media does strange things to people's relationships. Yeah, it's real weird. I had the same feeling with Dave when we were on Steve's channel. I'm like, I've watched you for what, like a year? And now we're talking. Yeah, it's very surreal. It's very odd feeling. Oh, hey, Erie. Well, I say, hey, that's okay. Well, thank you, Erie. She says 12 of us here, 6 likes seems low for excellent content. You're very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, awesome. Well, let's see. I think it's been a minute. It's been a hot second. Do you have another poem you would like to read us?
Sure.
Awesome. And again, guys, if you are here and you never tuned into Nim's channel, all of these poems are on her channel. And one day we're going to convince her to put them in a book.
Oh boy.
Yeah, one day we're going to convince her to put them in a book, and then we'll have her back on to hyperbook.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, I've got I Adore Demons here.
Oh, I love that one. All right.
Sometimes I like to give them funny titles.
Hey, they're good though. It's good. It's catching. They're very eye-catching.
All right. I'm your goddess of love and pain, and you're my demon of cunning and craze. Go to you when I want a little break, and we end up being each other's mistakes. Leave each time with my head full of doubts, but I don't know if I really want to live without a little sin and shame, playing each other's games. And if you want to get a little metaphorical, I never regretted biting into that apple. I'll spread my sins across sands and shores, just to be with the demons that I adore. Because gardens of paradise are only illusions for those full of pain and delusions. Heaven and hell are conjured up in your head. So even if only for one last time, come to the paradise of my warm bed.
Oh, I love that. I love the fact that you even use the word metaphorical in such a way. It's such a long word. But it's so good. It's so good. Absolutely. It's so amazing. I absolutely adore that one. Guys, chime in if you've never heard it. Let me know what you think. You got the woman herself here, so you can tell her your feedback. No, I absolutely love that one. I think that one speaks to me because I have that like theology background. So as soon as I saw like demon and gardens, I was like,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, that is right. Beautiful poems.
Thank you.
Greg said these poems are awesome. Dave says awesome. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Dave, absolutely. It feels like we're old friends when you live. So yeah, we all watch each other so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Greg had never heard that one. Awesome. Cool.
Ooh.
Well, you get it right from her live. So that was awesome. Oh, let's see. I hope to do a live event myself. Hey, cool. Well, awesome, William. That'll be so much fun.
I'll come.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because can you believe we've already been doing this for 41 minutes? It doesn't seem like that long.
No, it doesn't.
But Mr. Morningstar says, when there's time for a question, can I ask when she will publish?
Oh, geez.
Well, you want to answer that, or you just want to say, like, eventually?
God, I have to figure out that world.
No, yeah, it is. It can be quite the hurdle, for sure. I'm sure it can be. The whole Kindle Direct. I'm sure there's other ways to do it. I know I'm familiar with, like, the KDP process, but
I don't know anything about that.
But yeah, getting them all together, I think, is the first one for sure. But I know as well as I'm sitting here, I know you would sell some books.
Oh my!
I know you would. I can think of probably at least 3 people besides myself in this chat alone that would buy your book. Yeah, absolutely, they would. See,
I feel like I would just like want to like publish a few and send them to everybody for free.
You could, because I mean, how many times have you heard some of us in a video like, well, the author sent it to me, but we bought one to support them? No, we're crazy like that. We'll do that. You could send it and we'll still buy it. Oh, Dave, demon is Pax's squirrel. That's true. That's so true. God, the truth of those words, Dave.
Demon.
Demon? No. Love the gentle but strong delivery too, Priscilla.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Popping in and popping out. Love to see you both. Hey, MJ, thanks for stopping in. That is right. Yes, she is a very talented poet.
Oh, thank you.
She really is. She captures all of that like dark poetry goodness, which is why we're here. See, Greg says I'd buy a book.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That is a very, very nice comment.
He's trying to take our money, Nim. Let's see. You can make chapbooks yourself. I did that years ago when I was writing. I don't know what a chapbook
I'm
is.
not sure what that is.
That's cool though. That's awesome.
I know
Might be
I
something.
recently saw that you could make ebooks on Canva. I didn't
Oh,
know
I didn't know that
that.
either. I did not know that either. Well, that's awesome. Chapbooks might be something to look into because he was writing himself, so that's cool.
I'll write that down.
Yeah,
Why
that's
not?
cool. Awesome. Oh, Book Live says, "Hey, MJ," and they say hello. Awesome. Well, let's see. We have been doing this for almost 45 minutes now. Gosh, it goes by so fast. I remember watching people stream like, wow, I can't believe we've been here for 2 hours, and now I get it.
Yeah.
I completely get it. It doesn't seem like it goes that fast at all. Does anyone in the chat have any questions for Nim about, like, I don't know, inspiration, any of her other poems? Oh, Canva ebooks are tricky as far as formatting. Well, say Morningstar would know.
Yeah. I won't try that then.
Yeah,
if he says it's tricky, then I'm sure it's tricky.
Yeah, if it's tricky to him, it's probably like, oh gosh, it's probably calculus to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all have any questions for Nim, you can start popping them in the chat. All right. So what about like any, because I know I don't deal in a whole lot of classics. I actually just got this, which is the poetry of Robert Frost. But I don't deal a whole lot in the classics. Are there any that you liked, like besides Poe, like maybe growing up or anything like that?
Dr. Seuss.
I know. I'm okay with that. I mean, my goodness, what was it? Who taught us how to save the rainforest? Was it the Lorax? It taught us about like not hurting trees and stuff.
God, I couldn't even tell you, honestly.
Yeah, no, I get it. I completely get it. Yeah, no, he was a huge one. Well, what about like, we'll broaden that. What about like any authors? Like just maybe their work inspires you like in a poetic way.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was mostly music for me.
Really? Okay. No. Yeah. I could see that.
My mom.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. What was your mom's like? What kind of stuff did she write? Was it like darker, kind of like, or?
No, I mean, my mom was a pretty happy writer. My mom suffers a lot from mental illness, but she's a go to the happy place kind of mental illness person, not a delve into the dark kind of person. So everything that I brought with me, like she doesn't like the darker stuff. But yeah, she did a lot of poetry and songwriting. She's actually sold some of her songs for money.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
Interesting. But she liked I'll just share the last one I have with you. This is the one that she liked. She didn't like the other two because she doesn't like stuff about the devil.
No, I got you. I understand.
She
I mean, look at me. My mom was like, "What's wrong with you?" Yeah.
Yeah. This was the one that she liked the most. This life, next life. In this life, I was your curse, but in another universe, I was your lover, your one and only lover. In this life, I made mistakes, and you tried hard to set me straight, but I was stubborn, past the point of being sobered. If the next life waits for me, I hope we find eternity, 'cause I am broken, without your sturdy shoulders. If the next life waits for me, I'll change my ways completely and be someone who actually deserves you.
Yes. I love the ending of that one gets me because we all second guess ourselves so much.
Yeah.
And I think that really kind of speaks to that. About not being worthy or imposter syndrome, maybe.
Yeah, that's the only one my mom liked.
Hey, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. It is kind of more, I guess, positive, like, looking towards the future in a way. I
Yeah.
still like it though. Absolutely. I think it still has an essence of longing to it. I mean,
But
it's brighter, but it's still very much like you're longing for something that's not here.
yeah, I think, I mean, my mental illness definitely is a inspiration for all of these.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I really do. Honestly, if someone asked me like the number one thing, I think like one of your biggest strengths is the fact that you don't try to hide this and oh well I'm fine, it's fine. No, you tell them. You tell them. And I think that when you do that for I mean, and not even just like anything mental stuff, I think for a lot of things, you make this place where it's okay. Like it lets people think like, well, it's okay if I'm not happy all the time. You know, I don't have to be like butterflies and rainbows all the time. You know, so I think that's important for people to do.
I'm glad you said that. Sometimes
Yeah,
I don't want people to feel like they have to be depressed to write, you
right.
know? Because, I mean, you don't. I mean, if I'm in a better place, I kind of turn to fiction writing. I mean, I'm not a great fiction writer. I've started about 100 things in my life and never finished anything when I'm in a better place. But yeah, you don't have to be depressed to write. I
Right.
just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get that. And honestly, I don't think that, at least for me, I never got really that from it. I think that you were just, I guess to be poetic about it, like you're like a voice in the darkness telling them that it's okay. If you're in this dark place, it's okay. You can stay here as long as you need to until you feel strong enough to move on to a better place, you know, to a happier point. You know, because a lot of people think like, oh, there's something wrong with me if I, you know, I'm in this place and all I want to do is write poetry or all I want to do is listen to music. I feel like people think that there's something wrong with them. And no, maybe you just need some time there to like figure stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, people deal with depression in different ways. I mean, again, there's like people like my mom who they needed to surround themselves with happiness, and that's what gets them out of there.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. We're
I'm
also
just not
different.
that kind of person. I'm like, I need to wallow in it for a while and create something, and then that gives me my uplift.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and that's, I think with poetry, especially with any art, but with poetry especially, I think it's really just this wonderful tangible thing that can then span all of these different emotions. Like even though you wrote it at this one particular point, it can maybe hit someone else differently at another point, but still as powerful. I love that about it. I absolutely love that. Well, let's see. I've seen some questions come through. Let's see what questions they have for you. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hargardner says self-published books hit up a good photocopy place. Yeah. I mean, that seems pretty straightforward. Like just kind of copy and go. Yeah, that seems. I never really thought to do it that way,
Me
but yeah, yeah. I
neither.
mean, that's still really pretty. And you know, it might be nice, like maybe like in your handwriting. See, I would be worried that nobody could read my chicken scratch, though.
Oh, I'm sure yours is better than mine. I can't even read my own handwriting sometimes.
I spend so much time like doing print for my kids that it's some kind of weird conglomeration of cursive and print when I write just with normal handwriting. It's weird. Greg, write a book. The world needs it. Bad is right. Agreed. Book of poems.
Oh
You
my.
got people gunning for it here. All right. Miriam, what is the best time of day for you to create your poems? So your morning, evening?
I mean, I'd say midday.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe
Why?
maybe a little before. I mean, cuz I wake up, I take care of my dog. I try to read a little bit in the morning cuz I don't know when like with my health problems how my body's going to be at, and then I don't really wake up depressed. It kind of creeps in.
Mm-hmm. No, I
So
understand that.
then I get the I need some therapeutic writing moment.
Yeah. It's like the weight of the world slowly descends when
Yep,
you wake up. Yeah.
exactly.
No, I get it. I get it so much. Yes. I get it. Absolutely. No, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. You wake up and kind of like get whatever you need done, and then middle of the day. Yeah, I can see that. I think for me, whenever you think of like tortured souls, you think of them at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like throwing paint on a canvas or something, you know,
Yeah.
like late at night. Yeah. So no, I completely get that. Ah, okay, that is right. You can always make your own copybooks and spread out your beautiful poetry to review here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Reviews, yeah, absolutely. Of course, you know we all would. We all would, definitely. Let's see. Oh, okay. So about that one feels sad, but it's very lovely. So the last poem you read. Awesome. Oh, NP's here. They say, hi, I'm on Safari holiday at the moment, so patchy internet at best. Just got somewhere I can jump online for a couple minutes, but fortunately can't stay long. Definitely agree with people saying we need a book from NYMERIA.
That's so sweet. I can't wait to read his. He's sending
Oh, it's
me
so
one.
good. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good. His book is really awesome. I think he's going to be a guest soon, hopefully.
Oh, I'll definitely watch.
Yeah.
Watch.
We gotta nail down a time because it's if for those of you who don't know, Nim and I are on the opposite side of the country from each other, but MP and I are in different countries.
Yeah.
So honestly, Nim, one of the many reasons I wanted her on is because A, she's understanding the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing, and B, she was kind of like, you know, I didn't know how this was going to work as far as like guests, but I have come to the realization that this is going to be like, I'm going to kind of let my guests decide. I'm going to say like, hey, here's some days. What times are you available? So as much as I would love to be like, it's on this day at this time, I'm just going to let my guests decide because we're all different parts of the world. And I sure as hell am not getting people out of bed at like 5 a.m. to talk to me. So yeah. So yeah, Nim was like we should all give it up to Nim for the simple fact that she was my guinea pig for this too. So
well, I do get up at 5 a.m. So
I was at work at 5 a.m. is the thing for me. Let's see. I self-published through Ingram Spark. Makes your ebooks available to all ebook stores, and your physical book can be sold in all online stores. I think they give U.S. authors a free ISBN. Oh, that's cool.
Ingram Spark. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Oh, and we have another question from Celeste. Does poetry come easier to you than regular fiction, or do you push yourself through because you prefer reading style?
All right, so I mean, yes, poetry does come easier for me, but I feel like I have to kind of explain my shit, I'm blanking on the words.
That's okay. Like your process?
Yeah, because I don't just sit down and write an entire poem.
Okay.
I write lines at a time.
No, that's interesting. I think that's awesome.
I sometimes a line will come to me and I'll just jot it down in my phone. And
does it kind of build around it then? Like it's kind of built on itself?
Yes. Sometimes lines, I'll just think of something and I'm trying so hard to explain it.
No, you're doing it. You're doing fine. I understand you completely. Yeah, I understand you completely. Like you just kind of get hit with
it's
inspiration
like
from the ether.
Yeah, it's like Tetris. And yeah, oh my gosh, I don't know how to explain it. Shoot.
No, and honestly, I think right there, the fact that it's hard to explain is just proof positive that it's like a creative experience. Like it's not something you can really put into words because it's just something that what would be a good word, organically happens for you. It's like how do you describe like the act of breathing? You know, like I suck air in, I push air out. Like there's a lot more to it than that. And I think it's the same. You get what I'm saying? Like you're just trying to describe an act that comes naturally to you, and it's hard to do that. Yeah, it's hard to do that.
I mean, something will happen here, and I'll jot it down, and something will happen here, and I'll jot it down, and experience will happen, I'll jot it down, and then stuff comes together.
Right.
Yeah. And then sometimes I'll have a bad day and I'll write about it and then it'll come into a poem. Yeah.
No, I
But
think that's
basically,
perfect.
yeah, like poems do come more naturally and then um I mean, yeah, I had the majority of a poem written and I was talking to Morning Star the other day and I had the majority of a poem written and I remember messaging him and I was like, "What rhymes with angels?" And then he sent me a few things and I was like, "Oh, shameful."
No, he's good for bouncing ideas off.
Yeah.
He is. He really is. He's good for that. Yeah. Well, no, that's awesome. I think that's really, and I'm sure everyone here would agree that it's awesome to see that like glimpse into the creative process because it is so different for all of us. It is, and I mean, I feel like a fraud even bringing this up, but like the very tiny little toe that I've stepped into writing, it's literally like something just hits me, and I'm like, "Ugh," and we're done. You know, like
Yeah.
so I love hearing like just a little bit about how the creative process happens for other people. I think that's really cool to see kind of it's like a behind the scenes almost for the work. Well, let's see. Do we have any other questions here? Okay, yeah, MP. He says he has to jump straight out. We'll definitely watch back later. Best to you both. Have fun on your holiday, MP. Hope you're somewhere awesome.
Glad you were here.
Yeah. Emily's here. Hey, no worries, Em. We got you.
Thank you for being here.
Em's just been reading. We've just been chatting. That is right. I paint better when I'm in a depressed mood. I always tell everyone
Yeah.
it's like a volcano awakening. I love painting
Oh.
Gothic painting. My poor mom's house looks depressed because of all of my paintings. Oh, well, that's awesome though that she has so many originals though from you.
Yeah.
I love that imagery, like a volcano awakening.
That
Like,
is a beautiful
yeah,
metaphor.
absolutely, it is. Absolutely. Have you? Honestly, her channel's amazing. She's.
I don't
Oh,
know. I need to check it out. I don't think I've seen her
oh,
channel.
her editing is so cool. It's so
Yeah.
cool. She has this mask that I would love to have. It's very lacy. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I'm definitely gonna check out your channel.
I like putting together a thought puzzle that strikes at random. Ooh, a thought.
Another beautiful metaphor.
Yeah, I love that. A thought puzzle. That's awesome. Very good. You know, so I think Celeste is probably really resonating with your stuff about music. I know Celeste is into music, just based on what I've seen. Don't let me speak for you, Celeste. Just based on what I've seen, I think you really enjoy music. So that's awesome. Dave says, "Hey, Em." All right. Does anyone have any other questions? Anything for Nim at all? She's much more intriguing than I am by myself, so I'm sure that we can have questions. I'm all but certain we can have some questions. Let's see. Okay. She says, yes, I am. I also play guitar better when I'm down.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I can see. It's something about, I don't know. Maybe it's just something in our spirit to try to make our darker times something better. It just seems like it's something in the human spirit that wants to do that, it seems. I've enjoyed this discussion. Thank you, Priscilla. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Guys, again, if none of you know who Priscilla is, she just released a book called Dog Meat. She has a short story called The Hay Bale. Absolutely amazing author. She supports everybody, all of the people on your booktube. Priscilla supports us all. Yeah. Not better, just cooler. But yeah.
Cooler is better.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Well, awesome. Well, let's see. So we've been going for about an hour. We'll do a little bit longer. I always thought that Steve has a good line. He says we always want to respect people's time. So I don't want to keep you forever. Well, let's see. How about like what are you currently reading? Anything right now? All the things.
Yeah. I mean, I actually just finished this morning on audio an erotic thriller.
I know, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torrey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was my first erotic thriller.
I have to say, I think my first one was that one with the dinosaurs for Garbalga. I don't know what you would call that. I guess it's erotic.
Erotic bizarro thriller.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was definitely bizarre. Yeah.
That made me laugh so hard with the
Oh, that was
unicorn.
such a funny. Oh God, that book was hilarious. Honestly, like if I didn't think YouTube would shut it down, I would just read that book live.
I would have loved to hear that.
Oh gosh.
Tasty.
Oh God, I didn't even like butterscotch before that book, and I like it less now. Let's see. For sure, I feel most inspired when going through rough times or after having bad dreams. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I can definitely see that. Do you think? Well, here's my question for you, Nim. Do you think that, as someone who's kind of done both, like poetry and tried the fiction, do you think like bad times or depressive episodes like that, do you think they influence them in different ways? Like, do you think, I guess, the outcome is different versus like a fiction, something you're writing, or a poem? Like, do you think it influences it in a different way?
I feel like I just don't feel very good at writing fiction, honestly. I mean, I'm a very dialogue heavy person when doing fiction, and I don't think that resonates very well with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very hard at describing scenery and stuff when writing fiction, so I don't know how well that would like jive with other people.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
more like technical almost than poetry. Like, well, I have to tell them what this looks like, or they're not going to know.
yeah. Like what I'm working on currently is kind of like influenced by found footage. So it's hard
Ooh.
to get that onto paper.
Yeah, it would be, but that sounds really intriguing. That's one of
Yeah.
those things like if you do it and it's amazing, it's gonna like it's gonna blow up. That's awesome. An idea of being found footage. That's awesome. Yeah, because we were around for when found footage like found its voice in the media.
Yeah. I don't know. Poetry, it comes easier to me, I guess.
No, I can. It's more like I hesitate to use the word freestyle, but you don't have to worry about like the technical aspects of stuff by and large.
Yeah,
By and large.
definitely.
I'm not saying like I'm sure there are poems that have that, but by and large, like your style, I don't think you don't have to sit there and go, well, Ishtar had a dress on, and like
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Morningstar, we're gonna slide right by that. Pax and Nim should freestyle a poem. It would be like the cat sit on the mat. And then Nim like has this beautiful thing, and I'd be like, and the dog ran fast.
Yeah.
Like it would be this beautiful part coming from one side, and then just like me, Dr. Seussing it up over here. Oh, Hart Gardner, unicorns and butterscotch. What the title? Oh God, it's on my channel. What is the title of that thing? It's something the unicorn. I can't remember the title. It's very obvious. I did it in August. It's real obvious what it is because it's like the brightest book cover you've ever seen. Let's see here. I'll just have to skip back through some videos. It's something the unicorn. Betting the unicorn, I think. Yeah. Well, let me tell you. I can tell you the author's name. It Sticks His Cock. Yes, that's the author's name. Yes, I'm not being vulgar. That's the author's name. And it's Betting the Unicorn. Yes, I read that for Garbacus. Yeah, and I'll just let you experience that, Hart Gardner.
You're allowed to say it because it's the author's name. So.
Yeah, it is the author's name. Yeah, not trying to be anything but factual here. Edie, hello.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. Oh, let's see. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. You were both precious. Well, I speak the truth. That is right. You are awesome. Your videos are so cool. Very, very cool, like spooky vibes. Very cool, dark vibes. One question. Keep writing poetry. So
Uh,
talented.
the Baddest Rad should leave a comment when you post this so I can make sure to click on their
Oh, okay, cool. You heard her, Badish Rat.
YouTube channel and check it out.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'll find it. Thanks. Yeah, strap in. It's fun time. It's a horrible book, but it's a fun time. It's not real long. You can read it in a day, and you'll see
You know
what I
what? When we were talking about Annabelle Lee, and we were talking about the rarity of making love poetry not cheesy. I remember you were talking about a Richard Matheson book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was. I've only read Hell House by Richard Matheson.
Was it no, that was Graham Masterson. Never mind. I was
But
just saying
you mentioned like something about only a man would give up heaven and
the What Dreams May Come.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Oh
was
my gosh.
that was one thing that I was like, "Oh my god. That is something that is romantic that I wouldn't find cheesy."
Yes, that entire oh my goodness. That whole but see, I think the reason why that resonated with me so much is that story is kind of exploring the idea of soulmates. Like if people like on a cosmic like universal level, like if people were meant to be together, like that you just resonate with this other being. Like not to get too meta, but like not even like a physical person, like you resonate with them on a soul level. And it was describing that interwoven with this one couple's life, like and what happens to them in the afterlife. Very Dante, like kind of traveling through like the inferno and stuff. And oh my gosh, it still gives me chills. Your only flaw is that a man would give up heaven for hell just to be with you.
Okay, yeah. It's so rare for me that romance cannot be cheesy, but I remember you talking about that and I was like,
Yes. It still gets me. It still gets me. I love that. I absolutely. There's something about I have found like I don't know why, and I don't. This happens very oddly. A lot of my favorite movies happen to have Robin Williams in them. Like I don't actively get like if you come up to me on the street and go, "Who's your favorite actor?" I would never have been like, "Oh, it's Robin Williams," but it just happens to work out that way for me. Like some of my favorite movies have him in it. And that was one of them. But yeah, that's everything.
Have you ever seen World's Greatest Dad?
No. See, I don't know if what comedies have I seen from him?
It's not a comedy.
No.
Well,
no,
actually it is. It's a very dark comedy.
Oh no, then no, I haven't. I have not. See, that's the thing. Because if I said Robin Williams, people are like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" And I'm like, "No," because I don't seek them out. It just happens for some reason.
It's actually about a single dad who's a teacher whose son has a fetish with strangling himself while he masturbates, and he accidentally kills himself.
Oh, that's very sad.
Yeah. And it's about how people would react to pretending that they cared about someone when they commit suicide.
Wow. No, I think I can see if anybody could make that a dark comedy, it would have been Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody could do that.
It's really effed up.
I can believe it. Well, yeah. Morningstar. Amazing dark comedy by Bobcat Goldthwait. See, I'm so bad at names. God, I'm so bad at names. Great soundtrack too. Ooh, okay, cool.
I know you're not a movie person, but you should check that one out.
No, I will. I know. I always love recommendations. It's just I feel like I watched them so many years after because I'm like, oh, this person recommended that to me like 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm like. That's the way. Yes, Edie. That was my one with the dinosaur. Well, dinosaur and people. It was like there were
and
people,
unicorns.
dinosaurs, and unicorns. Yes. Oh yes, Margaret. I think you talked about What Dreams May Come. I think I remember seeing that in one of your videos. Yes, the movie. Oh, the movie is such amazing imagery too. The one with the trees, like the leaves coming off of the tree and the painting. I can still close my eyes and see that. Yeah, it's so original as a film. Yes, I have the book. I have the book actually now. And as a matter of fact, y'all will see this in a haul that's coming up, but the last library sale I went to, I found the book of the Dead Poets Society. And I had to get it, of course. Let's see. Sounds like a great movie. It really, yeah, it does. It does. World's Greatest Dad. I'll have to remember. We'll see if maybe that's streaming somewhere like obscurely, like on Tubi or something.
It's actually, I believe, the same director that did Willow Creek, which is a found footage about Bigfoot, which I love, but I think it's really unpopular.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it.
I feel like I've heard of that podcast I listened to. They do all sorts of like crazy stuff. I feel like I've heard them mention that about Bigfoot. That sounds familiar.
I'm a found footage junkie though, so
There's been some good ones. There's been some good ones. Let's see. He was stand up in the 80s who became a director. See, y'all are all so smart.
I
Y'all are
didn't
all
know
so
that.
Oh, Dave said truly a unique talent. Y'all are all so smart. God, y'all are so smart. And I'm just like sitting here like, yeah, it's a cool movie. Y'all are so incredibly smart, all of you. Well, let's see. We've been doing about an hour and 15 minutes now. Last call for questions. Anybody have any questions for Nim or any comments, anything you want to say? You know, you got the lady here herself. You're not that old. You're not that old, Morningstar. You are not that old. Well, you are an entity outside of time and space.
I don't feel like you're old till you're 70.
Yeah, that number just keeps getting pushed back the older I get. Right, it used to be like, wow, 60? And now I'm like, wow, 80? He says, well done, you two. Have a great day. Keep up the creativity. Oh, Celeste wants to know your favorite found footage movie.
Oh, it's always going to be the Blair Witch Project.
Well, it's
not
classic.
Not that unique.
That's a classic one.
Although, no, that's not found footage. Never mind.
Oh, no, that's cool. What do you think of, I guess the most, I've seen Blair Witch, I've seen Blair Witch 2. I don't feel like Blair Witch 2 is very found footage, though.
No.
It seemed like it mixed it.
Actually, I really liked, I think it was 2018, Blair Witch 2018. Like, a lot of people didn't like it because it showed the Blair Witch, but I liked it. And she looked terrifying. I was like, I think a lot of people didn't like it because it showed the Blair Witch, but I was like, I thought they did a really good job with it.
Oh, well, cool. I'll have to, yeah, because I don't think I've even kept up with, I vaguely remember like just a tickle in the brain of a new Blair Witch 2018 being new. Yeah. Okay, no, I don't think, the last one I saw, I remember, this is so weird, I remember that the Blair Witch 2, it had like interviews after, which I'm pretty sure were always meant to be part of the movie, where it showed like an entity flying out of a barn and like if you stopped it you could see the wings or something like that. And I remember being like, I don't know, 20s, like, wow, that's so awesome. I'm pretty sure looking back that those interviews were always meant to be part of that movie though. So no, I like what are your thoughts on Paranormal Activity, like that whole franchise?
I mean, originally I was disappointed in it because people were like, it's so scary. But now I've come to love it.
I think a lot of people, yeah. I saw the first one. I think I've seen the first 3. I think. I'm pretty sure I've seen the third, all the way through the third one. I've not seen anything after that, though.
The third one is my favorite, though.
Is that the one with the girl, like the blonde-headed girl, when she meets up with the original girl? God, I don't even know these names.
It's like going back to the original. It takes place in the 80s.
Okay. All right. I remember when I first watched the original and the guy's name was Mika. I kept thinking like, it's Micah, not Mika. I mean, you can pronounce your name however you want.
Like, whenever I get sick, I do a Paranormal Activity marathon.
I know. I could see. There's one of those, like, I remember when when I first bought my house. I was like, I want my kitchen to just look, and I was like pulling up stills of like the second movie, and I was like, I want my kitchen to look like this from the Paranormal Activity movie. Let's see. You're not old till you're dead. Amen, Celeste.
Yeah.
Hargarner, thanks to Mary for sharing and doing this, and thanks Fax for hosting this. You are very welcome. Thank you for showing up.
Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, AD, have you seen As Above, Do Below?
Oh, So Below.
As
I know that's on Netflix. I don't think I've watched it yet, but I need to.
See, I have not. The last thing I watched on Netflix, I watched the first episode of Dahmer.
I've watched the first 3.
I really like Evan Peters. I
do too.
I really like Evan Peters a lot. Like, I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Had anyone seen Wreck?
Oh, I have seen that.
Hargardner agrees. He says it's effing awesome.
I think it's awesome too.
I don't think I've even heard of Wreck. Is that I'm assuming that's a horror movie?
Found footage. Yeah.
Found footage. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's a new Paranormal Activity film on Prime, I think.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, cool.
I would know.
Yes, you would, yeah. Oh, thank you, Bowser. Pax is a great host. Learned so much about poetry. Well, thank you. Thank you.
You are.
I appreciate that. I've been wanting to do this for so long. This is like the fulfillment of a dream right now, Nim. As Above. Oh, yeah. As Above, So Below was a fun movie. Cool.
Need to watch it.
Dave says he'll maybe try it tonight.
I've watched one movie in September. And it was a rewatch of The Babadook.
No, I liked The Babadook. You know, that movie really got raked over the coals unfairly, I think. I liked that movie. I liked what your video on it. I thought it was a really interesting movie in a lot of ways. I think Creep with Mark Duplass, I'm assuming that's Duplass, is my favorite non-supernatural found footage. It's so tense.
That is a good movie.
I'm assuming with Creep, does that mean like somebody getting watched? Like by
that is an interesting movie. It's about this guy that pays this guy to come film his dying cancer moments.
Ah, okay. That's weird. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard the 3 knocks but no one is there? It's a legend story, I think, but it's true. Unfortunately, my husband and I both heard it. My husband's twin shortly died after from COVID. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow.
No, I've never heard of that. 3 knocks but no one is there. I'll have to make a note of that. Yeah. Thank you,
sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that, but thank you for the suggestion with that, though. Blair Witch 2 and the Power of Esrever? Classic VHS gimmick. I have no idea what that is, Hargarner. I'm so sorry. What is Esrever? Is that the Power of Esrever? I have no... Can you tell me what that is, Hargarner? Do you know, Nim? Esrever. See, you're too smart. You're too smart. You know things that I have no idea. It's a paranormal warning knock. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I've heard about knocks in that regard. I love the Blair Witch movies. Oh, Celeste has seen Creep. Yep. Oh, cool. M says Nim convinced me to watch the Babadook because of that video.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool. Very neat. And its sequels. Let's see. Reverse. Oh, Reverse. Thank you. That's what Esrever is. Okay, I get it. Thank you, Morningstar. God. I'm just not with it. Thank you, Morningstar. I get it now, Horror Gardner.
I didn't know. I didn't either.
It's like red rum. Like murder. Red rum. Yeah. Gotcha. Got it. Creep made me have to take 3 showers after watching it. That's how I felt when I finished The Slob. I felt like I needed to take a shower and bleach my entire existence. Yes. Okay. Yeah. He said, Hargarner says it's reverse. Yeah. You'll have to excuse me. It's hard to watch the interview segment on VHS backwards to get a hidden message. Oh, well. See, I don't even have a VHS player anymore. I need one. I
do still have one.
Let's see. No, that's cool. I think I would love to have one. You would never know Robin Williams had depression. Most happiest people have the saddest hearts. That's right. Yeah. It was
we're good at hiding it.
Absolutely. Well,
unless you have a YouTube channel.
But see, then it's good because then other people can, feel like it's okay not to hide too. Because sometimes the hiding can be detrimental. Yeah. So, well, say we're coming up on almost an hour and a half, guys. Any questions before we wrap it up? I don't want to keep Nim here forever. I want her to enjoy her Sunday too. Yeah, Edie agrees for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely, Nim says, yes, we are all in agreement for that. But y'all remember what Nim was saying, though? Like, we don't want to think about, like, we have to be tortured or depressed to write or to make art. So even though it's a beautiful thing that such wonderful creativity can come out of it, it's okay to not be in that place, too.
Definitely.
The hiding can be exhausting. Yes. Yes, it can, Celeste. Oh, last question. What are y'all having for dinner? It's still the morning of, well, it's afternoon for me, but Celeste, what is it like? It's probably like midnight in France right now, isn't it? What are y'all having for dinner? I have no idea. I have no clue. I'll probably make sushi again because it's super easy.
My question is, what am I having for lunch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have to have lunch first. All right. Addis Red says, hello, M. All right. All right. Bye, Morningstar. Hell, Satan. Take care, friends. Oh, thank you, Hargardner. Love you too. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, it's only 6:30 there. Oh, okay. That's not too bad. I was afraid I know the first time she came, it was like midnight and she was on my stream. I was like, that's dedication. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, we will start to wrap it up here. Dave says, great job, ladies. Have a great Sunday. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Always nice to see you. Celeste said, did he just say hail himself? I hope he's still here to hear that. Hail himself. Technically, he's the son of Satan, Celeste. So he's saying like, hi, Dad, essentially. All right. Well, Nim, honestly, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're my guest.
Thank you. I can't believe you picked me to be the first.
Of course. Of course. Is there anything you want to say? Anything you want to add? You can tell them like where to find you. Anything you want. Anything you want to wrap it up with.
No, you can find me on YouTube if you remember how to spell my name.
It has an H in it. I always want to forget the H.
Yeah, it does have an H. Just so
of
people
course I'll have her linked
remember how to pronounce it.
I will, of course, have her linked and everything when this posts. As soon as I can figure out how to do that. I'm sure I just have to edit it.
I'll make sure to find all of you.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, if you want, after this post, leave a comment so she can find you. Yeah. M says, it was fun seeing you two on the same screen. Have a wonderful day. Oh, that's okay, Ed. No worries. I wish I got in sooner, but it was fun. That's okay. No worries. We're just glad you're here. We're just happy that you're here.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Miss Alyssa's close enough. Yeah, close enough. Yeah. They're both demons, right? All right, guys. Well, again, thank you all for coming. If you're watching after the fact, thank you. Please check out Nim. Go like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, of course. She really does put out poetry quite a bit. And unlike mine, I read from a book. You're getting the original stuff from Nim on her channel. So that's all the more reason. If you like poetry and you don't follow Nim, you really are missing out. So definitely. All right. Well, I guess we will end it here. Let's see. Such a fun stream. Congrats on being the guinea pig, Nim, and awesome Project Max. I'm looking forward to the next live. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Nim, if and when you do decide to publish, we will have to have you back on and we will talk about your book.
Oh, boy.
The terrible, horrible nightmare that it was to try to figure out how to publish it. All right. Well, again, Nim, thank you so much. I guess I will see you. And everybody, again, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna sign off here. Everybody have a wonderful Sunday, okay? Bye, everybody.
Bye.